Hey you guys, welcome back to Hall of Anime. My name is Dawson, and today we are back with, finally, some more Tokyo Ghoul read. And you know, I was going to do a review for chapter 42, I believe it was, but then I heard that a chapter 43 was coming out, like, very, very soon. Yeah, I think the chapter just came out yesterday, 42, and 43 just came out today, so, and I had heard that this chapter might be better than the last chapter, and the last chapter was insanely good. A ton of information was given, and everything was great, but this week's chapter blew everything out of the water, and I'm just kind of go through these pages and tell you guys about what's happening. So at the end of last chapter, for any of you guys who read, we ended up with Kanae basically sitting in an alley, and all of a sudden Edo shows up, and basically she starts talking to him in the beginning of this chapter, and there's a lot of symbolism, especially with the apple, and I'm not going to break any of that stuff down. If you guys want more in-depth reviews about the symbolism in Tokyo Ghoul, tarot cards, things like that, you can always go check out Chibi Reviews does like hour-long breakdowns on the chapters, usually, of Tokyo Ghoul, so, or just recently started doing that, so I definitely watch those when they come out. Usually after I read the chapter, I'll go watch those, or I'll make a video if I make one for the chapter, but anyway, that's just my thought on what you should do if you want to hear more in-depth. Also, this kind of 15-minute time limit kind of fucks me over for Tokyo Ghoul, because I could talk about Tokyo Ghoul for hours on end. Anyway, basically we have Edo show up, and basically she's questioning Kanae this whole time, telling him about how apples are the fruit of God, and how they control intelligence and things like that. And we all know that Edo is a very special ghoul, obviously, being one of the only successful experiments, I guess you could say, that Dr. I can't remember his name right now, but you understand, has made. And basically, so she's a ghoul that can eat human food, and, you know, she's like a complete half and half, other than with Kanae, who obviously is, or was he was half and half, but he also was set by ghoul limitations. Like he explained, because I've recently been rereading Tokyo Ghoul since I bought the first 2 volumes of it. Like he said, his body's a ghoul body, but his mind's human. At least part way through the series. Anyway, basically what ends up happening is Kanae can't figure out whether she's a ghoul or a human, so he's like, I'll just eat you, and basically he tries killing her with his Kagune, but yeah, that shit hits the fan fast. She just fucks him, basically. She first of all, she runs away from him, and then she kind of dodges all of his shit easily and runs up to him, and he's like, who are you gonna eat? Something like that. And he sees that she only has one eye that is obviously, like, ghoulified, I'll say. And then she just fucking wrecks him with her Kagune. Oh my god. I might put this picture up on screen, but holy shit, she just destroyed him with her Kagune. And it was just one hit too, and we know that Edo is strong. There's no doubt about it. She is the strongest ghoul probably in existence, or at least one of the strongest ghouls in existence. Anyway, then we have her continuing to talk to him. She ends up talking to him and telling him, you don't actually want to save Kaneki, things like that, or Sasaki, you don't want to grab him and bring him to Shu to have Shu feel happy. What you actually want to do, Kanae, is you want to kill Sasaki, because you're upset that one person was able to make Shu better and actually want to go out and basically enjoy life, and you've been trying to do this forever and have never been able to do it. And it goes on to say more about how she loves how apples are the fruit, kind of the fruit of intelligence and things like that. Anyway, and then she talks a little bit about the Garden of Eden and how, why would God put the apples in this garden, things like that, if they were the only thing to make people intelligent. Anyway, then we have her questioning Kanae a little bit about things like religion and if he believes in a god and things like that. And one of the key points that I remember from the end of this part was basically when she's like, how about let me kill you, I think it was, or let me eat you and I'll become your god, I think it was. Here, let me see if I can find the line. An apple, knowledge, power, I shall be... Oh, I think I just skipped it. Here, let me see. Can't load. In exchange... Okay. Knowledge, power. In exchange for your life, I shall become your god. And that is what leaves us with Edo and... Kanae. It's just those words. It's, you hate being alone. What you need is an apple, knowledge and power in exchange for your life. I shall become your god. So basically what I'm thinking here is that Edo is trying to make a contract somewhat with him. It's either she's trying to make a contract with him so that he becomes kind of one of her pawns possibly. Or I might be completely off on that. Anyway, sorry, I have a little bit of a cough today. Anyway, then we skip on to the next page. I might have to... Oh god, I don't want to share this stuff on YouTube because I don't want to get another strike. But page 10, oh my god. It's a picture of everyone with their ghoul masks. They all got their ghoul masks. It just doesn't show Kaneki on here, or Sasaki, whichever you want to go with. It doesn't show him, but it shows, it shows everyone else in the group, basically. And their masks look pretty badass. Oh my god, it just... Anyway, then on the next page, exact next page, we see that mask. We see that mask. It's Kaneki's mask. It is the one-eyed ghoul mask. We all see it. We've all seen it. And I'm so happy that it's back. Finally being used. I mean, he was given it as a present, and now it's actually being used finally. When he was given the mask, I definitely knew that he'd be using it for something. And basically from this point on, we have these people get separated into different groups. A couple different people get separated into groups, basically. Sayako and Udi both get one of the two other people, basically, just because of the point that they have a strong sense of smell and they can figure out where the ghoul hunting grounds are and things like that. And basically they're trying to go under cover into ghoul society so that they can get information. And it goes into talking about how basically, I believe later on in the chapter, how they're getting all this information, like they have to let these ghouls go, because if they kill the ghouls, they're not going to get information. But if they don't kill the ghouls will go feed. But at the same time, they're trying to get information that can help them against the Rose and Aogiri. So, in a sense, it's like you have to kind of pick one human life or 100, per se, that Aogiri could kill. Anyway, it shows a scene where I believe this is Sayako's team, and they run into a couple of ghouls. And basically, they kind of make up this lie, oh, we're from the first ward, even though it's overrun. There's this huge thing set up, and then it goes into talking, basically. The ghouls there tell them that they cannot come and live in this ward, basically, that they need to move to a different ward. But it also shows this not greatly detailed map, but it's decently detailed. It's actually really detailed and kind of shows us what's going on. It tells us, that The 21st and 22nd wards are in basically a fight right now. It's not a good place to go. The 23rd ward has, I believe that's pronounced Chocolia. I don't want to go there. The 18th ward is run by the Triple Blades, part of the Algany tree. You don't want to go there. The 7th ward is basically kind of safe at the moment, is what they're saying. Doves basically ran all the ghouls out, but now it's kind of like safe at the moment. They also said that 5 is a mystery. There's a mystery man running 6. 1 and 2 are run by basically the Doves have control, and the 8th ward is kind of, that's where they are, I believe. And anyway, I just thought that was really interesting to see that detailed kind of map on what's going on. And anyway, they kind of meet together and they're talking about all the information they accumulated, and then it goes into the part where they're talking about, well, is it fine to be letting these ghouls go after we get information? And Sayako makes a statement, I believe, in here that just really made me, think, and it was, why do I feel like the ghouls we talk about are the good guys? And then somebody else responds with, Yonabayashi. So what? Don't forget our position. Basically, we can tell that she is starting to understand that ghouls might not just be bad guys, they might be the good guys as well, because we know that ghouls can be good. There are good ghouls that would take care of humans and things like that. We know completely that there are ghouls that care for humans and humans that care for ghouls. Anyway, then it goes a little bit more into just kind of like, you guys need to fill out your reports, is what Sasaki tells them, and yeah, but what basically happened was, I believe what this is cracking at is basically while Sasaki was trying to run around and ask for information to the different ghouls, I believe what ended up happening was people would run away from him and they were like, the eye patch ghoul, why? And basically he goes into this library where all the detailed reports are, and he starts looking through all these reports on the eye patch ghoul, and he starts finding all this information about the eye patch ghoul. Insanely great. He's basically learning about the past that he once had as Kaneki, and all these reports that he's reading are Amon's. So basically it's really interesting. You basically he's seeing what happened in his past through Amon's reports, and I just thought that was really cool. And then it goes into kind of the checkerboard room that he sees when he sees Kaneki, and it's basically Kaneki sitting in a corner, and he's like, I killed him, it's my fault. I killed him. I killed Amon, the mask, Sasaki. And basically, you can tell that Kaneki did not want to kill Amon, but he didn't really, he wasn't in the proper mental state at the time. So anyway, then we skip a little bit ahead, and that's basically mostly where the chapter ends off. It's like, make sure you do your report, this chick says who finds him, and then we have, I believe, at the end of the chapter, just a tiny bit of, if I can get back to it, maybe. Probably not. Anyway, no, I don't think there was really anything. I mentioned the one other guy at the end, but anyway, no, this week's, or not even this week's second chapter, Kano comes, and basically he's kind of, it's like, yo, you got something to say, Kano? And it just starts off basically where I think the next chapter is going to pick up. Anyway, this week of Tokyo Ghoul was great, amazing. 2 chapters, 1 week. I fucking love Tokyo Ghoul. I can't get past how good this manga is getting, and it's just continuing to rise. It is living up to the hype that the original series set forth, and I am so happy. Anyway, you guys, I'm just about out of time. My name is Dawson from the Hall of Anime, and I will see you guys in the next chapter review of Tokyo Ghoul Re.